It is time for the big fight. Millennial versus Gen Z. Okay, I can't keep my voice that low. Oh, I'm too gay to keep up that low of a voice for a long time. Hello everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. I'm going to be testing out Millennial skincare versus Gen Z skincare and see which one is the best. This is about to be spicy. I'm sure you guys are all aware of the long battle that has taken place between Millennial and Gen Z for God knows why. It's so funny to me how upset Millennials get over Gen Z just existing. But if you're on TikTok, you already know that there is this like war going on between the two generations. And I myself always feel somewhat conflicted because I fall right in between the two. I guess I'm a zillennial, but that term is like really cringy. But when I was thinking about the generational differences and how they relate to skincare, I realized over the past 5 years, the skincare industry has kind of seen like a renaissance, if you will. The skincare products that were popular among millennials like 5 years ago are so different between what is popular now and what Gen Z are using. And my brain was brewing and I was like, what if I test and compare Gen Z and millennial skincare? Because both sides are different, right? You have your wine drinking millennials that laugh at Instagram reels that were popular on TikTok like a year ago. And then you have Gen Z who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. The world's ending, nothing matters, we're all suicidal, but we care about our skin. So I have all the products here and I'm really scared to get into this because the first product I have not used in years. I kind of hate this product. No, not kind of. I abhor this product. But back in the good old millennial days, this product was all the rage. That is right. Biore Pore Clearing Strips. I mean, I figured it's been a while since the last time I destroyed my skin, so why not do it with these? When these babies first came out, they were all the rage. Everyone was obsessed with getting rid of the whiteheads and blackheads in their nose. I really don't like these, but I'll explain why. Let me first put it on my nose. Because I'm only doing the millennial skincare products on one side of my face, I was like, okay, maybe I should just do it on one half of my nose, but then I was like, you know what, that's gonna look really weird. If I'm gonna irritate my nose, I may as well irritate all of it. Okay, my nose is moist. Did I trigger you, millennials? What are you gonna do about it? Okay, here we go. Whew. Okay, so while it's doing its magic, let me tell you why I don't like these. Yes, pore strips can be very satisfying on the face, and I am victim to the TikToks where you see the satisfying peel-offs. But I've always found these just so unnecessary. Because first off, they can irritate your nose, and I bet you to God that when I peel this off, it's gonna look like I forgot to apply sunscreen on a beach day. My nose is gonna be so red. But they're just such a temporary solution. The best way to get rid of whiteheads and blackheads on your nose is by using ingredients like salicylic acid, exfoliants that can go deep into the pores and exfoliate all the shit out, but in a gentle way that's consistent and not as irritating as these strips. The best product for daily application is the Selfless by Hyram Salicylic Acid Serum, because it's gentle enough to fix the root problem every day without overly drying or sensitizing out your skin. Or if you want to use the product just a few times a week, the Paula's Choice 2% BHA solution is amazing, but very strong. I only recommend using it like twice, maybe 3 times a week. But either of those are so much better than the potentially irritating and sensitizing experience like this pore strip. And you're gonna see what I mean in a few minutes when I peel the top 5 layers of my nose off. Okay guys, so it has been 10 minutes. Okay, let me make this very ASMR. Okay, girly pops, here we go. Oh gee. Woo, that took a good amount of hairs with it. Wow, it does look so satisfying. Ooh, my nose stings though. My skin is not made for these pore strips. Well, my nose looks very red, but the pores look relatively the same. I guarantee salicylic acid does such a better job than this. But enough of that. I hope that's reason enough for why this millennial skincare hack is just not the best. Next up, let's move to a cleanser that was very popular among millennials. I remember this had like a cult following. The Purity One-Step Facial Cleanser. I remember so many people would talk about this product, would purchase it. Everyone was obsessed with it, and I think I used it once and just was not satisfied at all. But I remember out of all the cleansers that were popular back then, this was one of the ones that I was like, you know what? The ingredients aren't bad. Like, I never recommended it, but it definitely was an upgrade from like the clean and clear cleansers that were popular when we were teenagers. I'm gonna try this cleanser on the right side of my face, and then on the left side of my face for the Gen Z, the Used to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Cleanser. This one, man, I've never seen people rage for this cleanser so hard. I feel like for a lot of people, this cleanser was like the wake-up call to like good quality cleansers that were out there. So I'm gonna use this on the left side and compare. Okay, let's wet the face. Ugh. Okay, Purity, here we go. Let's see how you work. As you notice, it's kind of like a more creamy, I guess you could say, cleanser, which are not usually my favorite. Oof. Wow, I forgot how strong the fragrance is. That is potent. Even back in the day, I remember using this and being like, I don't feel like it did anything to my skin. But with the way people talked about it, you could have sworn that this was their lifeline. Okay, we got the right side of my face. Now let's go in for the good cleanser. Youth to the people. I'm only gonna use very little because this is like a stronger cleanser. And I've always said that this one works really well if you have like combination more oily skin. And even for me, I still use the cleanser to this day, but I'll only use it like maybe once a week just because it is so powerful. But whenever I use this cleanser, I always look at my skin afterwards and I'm like, damn, it really clears all the gunk out of there. By the way, all the products that I'm talking about in today's video will be linked in the description box below if you guys want to check them out. And if you want to support the channel, you can shop from those links, but no pressure as always whatsoever. Only thing I don't like about this cleanser, don't get it in your mouth because that shit is nasty. I'm gonna go rinse off. BRB. Okay, I rinsed my face and I want to get a closer look. I tried to find a mirror and this was the only one I could find. Let's take a look. Oh my god, my nose is still so red. The Youth to the People side of my face feels so much softer and plump than the right side of my face, which is kind of interesting, considering cream cleansers are usually better for like drier skin, while gel cleansers are better for oilier skin. But it feels like the Purity Cleanser stripped my skin even more than the Youth to the People side, which is again one of the main reasons I love this cleanser. It just makes the skin feel so soft and cleansed, but not too stripped afterwards. Great for oily skin, so I'm gonna have to go with Gen Z for this one. 1 point for Gryffindor. Okay, next up, serums or treatments. Serums have become a lot more popular over the past 5 years, which I think is great, but back in the day, people were obsessed with toners, and there was one toner specifically that I swear to God, every Instagram shelfie, every YouTube skincare routine, every fucking Pinterest post had this product. Like, I could not escape it. The Pixie Glow Tonic. Yes, if you have been in the skincare industry for a while, you already know about this product. Everyone was obsessed with this product. And I will say, one of the good things about it is that it does have glycolic acid, so people were using like the exfoliating treatment ingredients, but this one I was never particularly a fan of. It definitely wasn't the worst, but it was not my favorite. I am a little nervous because sometimes my skin gets a little stingy with glycolic acid, and I'm nervous for my nose area, but we'll see. People always use cotton rounds, but I feel like that's just unnecessary and waste the product. This product seriously had a cult following. I feel like it's what really put Pixie onto the map for skincare because it was all the rage. I also think, I don't know if they decreased the amount of fragrance that's in this because it does not smell like how it used to smell. I swear this used to have a really strong fragrance to it, but it's very light now. I hardly notice it. The good thing is that my face isn't stinging, so that's a plus. And then for Gen Z, I want to go with the serum because serums are all the rage, and there's one specific brand that for this generation completely redefined skincare, and you guys will be shocked to see on my channel. I already know. Fenty Skin, good old Riri. Her makeup brand, but also her skincare brand, pretty much completely changed the landscape for beauty, and I've been outspoken about how I'm not a fan of a lot of the products, but I found the new Watch Ya Tone Niacinamide Dark Spot Serum. I was shooketh when I saw this product because I believe this is one of their new releases, and the ingredients are great. Of course, it has niacinamide, which is an ingredient that Gen Z is obsessed with. So this is gonna be my first time using it. Ooh, it has a nice texture too. It's kind of like a gel cream a little bit. But it also has great brightening agents to help with like dark spots, hyperpigmentation, skin sensitivity, like just a great formula. And if you guys have seen my Fenty skin review, you already know that I don't love all the products from Fenty, but some of their recent launches have been really good. And oh my gosh, I really like how this feels, but let's compare with the mirror. Okay, so automatically I'm noticing the millennial side of my face looks a lot drier, while the Gen Z side of my face definitely looks more plump and moisturized. I feel like one of the biggest generational changes was that millennials were obsessed with mattified skin. They didn't want any shine, any glow. Everyone wanted like a flat paper appearance, while Gen Z definitely prefers like the glowy, plump, dewy looking skin. I feel like that's been a big change. I do think dewy and glowiness is much better for the skin because it's ensuring that your skin is hydrated, which leads right into the next step of the skincare routine, moisturizer. When I was thinking about what moisturizers millennials used to use, most millennials weren't really using moisturizers. I remember when I first started my channel, all the comments were like, I don't want to use moisturizer because it makes my skin look oily or greasy and I want matte skin. I just skipped the moisturizer step and I was like, no. And I don't blame a lot of people too much because back then, the only moisturizers that were available were for like super dry skin. You could not find lightweight moisturizers to save your life. And for oily people like me, it was just kind of a shit show. Versus Gen Z now, everyone wants that super glowy look. And there's a single brand that I feel like pretty much rebooted Gen Z skincare entirely, Serum CeraVe. You knew it was coming. CeraVe has to be the most interesting generational change because before Gen Z, CeraVe was like the brand that dermatologists used. People weren't really interested in CeraVe products. Luxury skincare was where it was at, and people kind of looked down on CeraVe. But with Gen Z, it was so cool to see a resurgence in popularity of CeraVe because it was good, simple, affordable skincare that does what you need it to do. And so I'm going to be using the PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. This is one of my favorite moisturizers from CeraVe because it's a very light gel that works great if you have more oily or combination skin like me. Doesn't feel heavy on the skin and is a very far cry from the thick moisturizers that were available for millennials. Oh shoot, I applied it to all of my face. You know what? I need the moisture. Millennials, it's your own damn fault for not using a moisturizer. Y'all were missing out. I love how I'm talking about millennials as if I'm not one as well. Mirror check. Yeah, automatically my skin feels and looks so much more moisturized, but it's not too greasy or shiny. I've used this one for a while. I highly recommend it. And then the last step, sunscreen. For all of you Gen Zers out there, I wish I could just describe the dark ages of millennial times because nobody fucking wore sunscreen. I swear to God, using sunscreen in a daily routine was like unheard of. And so I don't have a millennial sunscreen. But Gen Z babies, I am so proud of you. Y'all took wearing sunscreen to the next level. I swear to God, the majority of young people that I talk to religiously wear sunscreen and understand why it's so important. And it just makes my heart so happy. I feel like a proud mama. So I'm going to be going in with the very viral Beauty of Joseon SPF 50 sunscreen. Gen Z made this sunscreen super popular on TikTok. And for my audience specifically, I've never seen a sunscreen be as popular as this one. Like, you guys love it. I fucking love it. The sunscreen is amazing. There's absolutely no white cast. It feels super lightweight on the skin. It's nothing like the sunscreens that were available for millennials. And yes, I'm looking at you, CeraVe SPF 50 sunscreen. Oh, the horrifying experiences I have with that one. Okay, y'all, let's compare both sides of my face. So obviously there's only so much of a difference that can be made when using skincare products once, but automatically I noticed that this side of my face feels so much better, looks so much more hydrated and healthy than this side. And I have to say, y'all, when it comes to the consensus between Gen Z and millennial skincare, Gen Z is where it's at. It's so much better. There are so many better products available today than there were back then, and you can't hold it against millennials too hard. People didn't really know what they were doing, hence why there weren't that many good products. But I have to say, props to Gen Z for making skincare so popular and making it a completely new, beautiful industry with so many more products available for everyone. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to say I go with Gen Z. Suck on it, millennials. Just kidding, I'm still a millennial. Ugh. What did you guys think of this routine? If you're a millennial, please comment below what products you used to use and be obsessed with because it'll be so fun reading all through them. Like I said, all the products that I've talked about in today's video will be linked in the description box below. This was super fun and kind of nostalgic. It's cool to reflect on how far we've come. And let me know if you guys want another video like this where I compare Gen Z with boomer skincare because oh boy, that's a disaster, but I'm willing to do it for you guys. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah. I'm gonna go soak my nose in ice water. Ooh.